The truth about crypto Twitter is that most of them are mid-curvers. Welcome back for another cracker episode coming your way, baby dolls. Crypto Twitter. So I always cover crypto Twitter for you because it is the front end of the news curve, if you know what I mean. It's literally where the earliest pieces of new information come out relating to cryptocurrency. We do breaking news alerts and everything that comes along with it. There's a lot of junk. There's a lot of noise. A lot of people who are coming out and just giving their trashy opinions, one sentence things. So it's hard to filter through, but I do filter it through for you. And I just want to show you something, okay? Because there's a lot of smart people and has-beens and washed-up people, but it's not what you think. You see what I mean? So, friends, crypto Twitter, it's mostly a bunch of mid-curvers between 100 to 115 IQ. Okay? Now, this is the thing, right? They're about 100 to 115 IQ, but they are following and getting grifted by and manipulated by 130 IQ people. Look at this picture I've made here for you. See this? So everybody, friends, a lot of crypto Twitter, a lot of people read stuff, yeah? They're around this zone. Now, it's okay if you're around this zone. You just got to be aware of it. That's what I'm telling you. People who think they're too smart for everyone else, okay, that's where you have the most problems appearing. So everyone here, this is the thing, right? You see how this is a tiny part of the curve, right? Compared to everything else? Well, they are all losing to the 130 to 145 IQ people. You kind of assume everybody above 145 IQ, they're not in crypto. They're trying to get rockets to do backflips and solve anti-gravity stuff. But this is the whole game. It's very interesting how it happens, friends, because if you're in their 100 to 115 IQ area, you gotta think about what's actually going on here. So you're a bit too smart for your own good. So if you look at the curve again, you are thinking about everyone here, right? They're smart enough to know that they are more capable than 50% of the population. So they go, oh, I'm smarter than half the other chumps out there. That's the thing. But what they don't know is they are pretty much food for the people who are a bit above them. Food, okay? That's the mid-curve area, okay? Actually, if you check it out, again, I've got a nice PsyOps meme here. Keep clicking, right? Keep clicking is a PsyOp, right? It's come from the Soilana trenches. It's come from all these grifter KOLs. The implication is if you haven't made money yet, that 1 out of 1,000 people, if you haven't made money yet, which is pretty much everyone, what you have to do is they imply just keep clicking away, buying and selling and trading up and down, left and right. And then eventually you'll find a 100x meme coin that you can dump on everybody else. But it's all fugazi. It just gets people trapped. So these people, right, they constantly discuss losing strategies such as trading leverage, playing pump fund coin rotations, and farming airdrops on Twitter. Let's actually crank it for these people. So remember, friends, all these strategies, okay, when they come to fruition, you got to remember, you got to think, you go, wait, why am I hearing about this strategy? Is it because it's already working for people, which means I'm late? Is that the reason? Because most of the time, that's actually what happens. The secret to crypto, I guess, is just being early, okay? Or having a super long time frame. I'm just saying that off the cuff. That's actually true. So if you can't rewind time and go by your crypto prices many years ago, if you can't do that, you have to hold longer than everybody else, okay, if you want to have a high win rate. Now, there are things you can do, such as, trading, and you can stalk all the wallets and do all the stuff that all the other kids do. Thing, though, is it's PvP, okay? So, out of 100 people, 5 to 10 are going to do good. The other 90 are getting crushed. I care about the 90, okay? You don't have to do that game. And by the way, those people winning, what you actually find, friends, is their edge, it might look like they're winning for this 6-month period. And it does look like they're winning. But you can't see them in year 7, 8, 9, 10. Their edge is gone. They've gambled a bit too much. They don't know how to hold stuff. When you do long-term holding, this is the most powerful part about it. It compounds over time. When you're doing this short-term PvP stuff, because everybody thinks, friends, the way they're making money today is the way you can make money in the future. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. There are many washed-up KOLs on crypto Twitter who were making money trading Bitcoin and XRP back in 2017. Right? Now they're has-beens. They have nowhere near their size. They can't do it anymore. It's just because the market's changed, because it's more competitive. More market makers coming. DRW comes in. Citadel comes in. Winterpoop. They all come in. They're cross-hedging. They're hedging with the CME. They're hedging with the futures. There's correlations. Everyone's aware of the correlations. They put all the models together, and you don't have as much money to make. But they only realize this after they get crushed. Okay? So, in reality, the bulk of crypto investors are between 70 IQ to 100 IQ. The bottom 50% of the bell curve. So that's where the most people are actually, 70 to 100 IQ, right? And remember, friends, just IQs, it's a lot of it is genetic. It is genetic. And just so you know, maybe watch some Jordan Peterson as well. Something I remember, he said, well, the US Army, if your IQ is below 70, you can't even get a job there. Like, they can't even find a floor for you to sweep. You know what I mean? So most of it is genetic, but and IQ does play a big role in these things. But you got to know where you are. You got to know where you are, right? It's interesting, friends. Like, most people just totally forget, dude. Most of the population is 100 and below. You know that? They don't do much thinking. They don't do much thinking. But the thing is that when you are simple, right? They get a signal more clearer. Like, they know what they're doing is not working, so they can just stop. And I'll explain that for you shortly. So. All those people between 100 IQ to 70 IQ, they are not spending 8 hours a day to read rubbish tweets about price action, order flow, hunting on-chain gem scams, or slop from washed-up KOLs. Slop just means they have these useless tweets and stuff out here. They're just literally zero alpha. Sometimes, friends, you come across these Twitter accounts, a lot of them, you're like, man, how do you have hundreds of thousands of people following? You know what I mean? It's what happens, right? During bull markets, some of these people, it's just self-fulfilling prophecy. Their numbers just grow bigger, but don't worry about the numbers. The alpha's trash. There is no alpha, okay? But it can lead people to get trapped because you're like, oh, that person has a lot of people, there's a lot of cred, therefore what they're doing is probably legit wrong. Okay, wrong. It's what's worked for them in the past. And remember, you don't know. Like, for example, best example I can use, let's remove trading. Like, there are Bitcoin maxis, man. They bought Bitcoin at $1,000 and they're up 116 grand. They're up over 100x. Yeah, so they don't care if Bitcoin just has a 2x to go. They got no care in the world, man. You know what I mean? But if you're entering at 89,000, okay, totally different. So you're listening to them talking about it's the way, it's the truth, it's the lie. But like, just the hypocrisy, right? They only got in and they love Bitcoin because it did 100x for them. Okay, and then try to PsyOps everybody else to say, oh, be happy with your 6% move or whatever. Okay, so all these people, right, with a low IQ, yeah, they are buying coins like XRP, Peppy, PDI, and then going about their lives while their investments work in the background. So remember, not a single person on crypto Twitter was bullish on XRP in 2024. We were here, man. Not a single person. Everyone laughed at it. I made videos saying, man, I really want XRP to break the all-time high. Really, really, really. And then to our shock, it went first. It did a flash 600% move. Only Crypto BitLord started pivoting to become bullish XRP after it hit like $1 or something, right? So think about this. There's 200 KOLs against XRP and only one KOL for it. And then XRP pumped 600% out of nowhere. As you can see, we don't need them. The future is ours. Don't stop believing. So this is the thing, friends. When you come in, it takes a lot of introspective ability to just look at what's going on and see where you are in the curve. So you have a lot of the the VC podcasts, phantom soy traders, people subscribing to Discords. Everyone gets trapped here because what ends up happening is they think, everyone following these people, they think, okay, they recognize it's a greater fool game, but everyone says, don't worry, I'm not the greatest fool. that person over there, they're a bigger fool than me. No, you're all fools. You're all suckers. Okay, a lot of these people, friends. Like I even wrote here, I follow GCR, Kobe, Trader Main, and other great traders on crypto Twitter. Yeah, they all do. Everyone does. You're all mid-curves. It's the same thing. You get it? You starting to get it? It's moving, friends. It doesn't matter who you are. You might say, hey, Somi, what about your friends? Are they mid-curvers? Maybe one day I do get to that size. And I'll say, hey, man, you follow me, you're a mid-curver. What edge could you possibly get? Everything I talk about just gets repriced straight away, right? So I have to find long-term stuff. That's why I find longer-term stuff, right? I just find longer-term stuff because I'm planning for that world. Like I think about, oh, what if I do have hundreds of thousands of people following? But, you can't have that many people possibly who are friends, if you know what I mean, because everyone who comes in, they'll be entitled. They have too many scars. It's the beaten wife syndrome. Well, like a lady, she had to run away from her husband, too abusive, so she just doesn't trust any man anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's that thing. Or when a dog gets hit too many times, they just don't trust any human. Yeah, it happens with crypto. Go look at the biggest KOLs, friends. Go look at the comment section. If the KOL, whenever they're talking about trading and leverage and stuff out here, yeah, man, the fangs come out because everyone's losing. Everyone's losing. First, they get sad. They get sad for a long time. Like, man, I got stopped out again. I got this, I got that. Then they start learning. They go, wait a minute. It's not me losing. It's not my skill. It actually kind of is your skill, but it's not really your skill. The game's rigged against you, man. The game's rigged against you. It's kind of like, friends, if you lose at roulette at the casino, is it a skill issue? No, the game's rigged against you, bro. The game is rigged against you. You're mathematically destined to lose. So is it a skill issue? Yeah. The skill issue is you not knowing whether to play or not. You shouldn't be playing. You should play a game you can win. But the thing is with long-term investing as well, people don't believe it until it's done. Like no one believed Bitcoin was worthy of BlackRock until it was, whatever, $30,000 to $40,000. People were talking about it when it was $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And even before that. And friends, I remember even writing this, writing just these posts about some of the PsyOps that you have to deal with, because I want you to just pay attention to this. I know not everyone can do it, man, because I'm here 18 hours a day. Because I know it's tough. It's tough. That's what we're here. We're like, hey, bro, I'm listening to you. I want the answer. Yeah, that's why I'm here to give it to you. But I like throwing out these examples just to show you. Like, this was done back in August, right? And it was this guy telling everybody to sell, but he used different words. He said, create a checkpoint. Create a checkpoint. Look at this. A crypto KOL has written a whole essay to PsyOps you into creating a checkpoint. And I think if I remember at that time, it was literally at the bottom of a lot of stuff. They just started going up. Right? But you got to remember, a lot of people are projecting too. So, like, I want you to appreciate, friends. This is the level of PsyOps people got to deal with. Like, you're reading long message. It's literally, friends, look at this. You've got to create a checkpoint. Basically, what happens is this guy cheated a low. Yeah, but he doesn't think it was cheating at the time. He goes, oh, I'm creating a checkpoint. Let me go write an essay to tell other people it's a good thing to, because it's this cognitive bias, friends. Your brain's telling you that, yeah, it's a good thing to do that. Because the thing is, right, there are people still long after you sell. So you go on the Twitter and then you see people and you're like, we're going up, crypto to 10 trillion, just getting started, all this other stuff. And you still got to battle that because they have fear as well. When you click sell, you got fear that it goes up without you. Then then you have this nice essay to write to everyone. Go, oh, you got to create a checkpoint for yourself. It's like, if you lose, you can always come back to it and you can always build for it. It is true. It is true. But I'm just still telling you, like, imagine creating a massive checkpoint for yourself. You bought Bitcoin at $100. You create a massive checkpoint at $200. Do you know what I mean? And remember, with this long, vicious altcoin bear market, business ISM being pooped for such a long time, remember, the longer the base, the higher the pump into space. So you'd be amazed just how much people can convince themselves the right thing to do is to sell lows. That's what it is. You're selling lows. Yeah, don't make a mistake with that one. You're just selling lows and telling everyone else, yeah, it's a good thing to sell lows. You see, everyone can do what they want. But it's this type of high-level PsyOps and language manipulation which can coerce, deceive, and entice a crypto Twitter crowd in the 100 to 115 IQ zone. Okay, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And I've even mentioned here, right, the real challenge will be, you know, will we see a incorrect call from GCR, Kobe, or another crypto crowd favorite? Like they prematurely call the end. Like they just, like, you know, I know it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. That's why we'd like to not only just stick to our own things, but I want to look at everyone in terms of a base of probability and stuff like that. So I brought these things to your attention, friends, because we had a gentle sir even ask me at the time. His name's funny. His name was literally I am not Richard Hart. He says, like, what's the whole point of the PsyOps? It's not always the grift. It's not always I'm selling you a token. A lot of the times, and many of the times it is, right? Many of the times it is. But it is always, it's either that or I've just done an action and I need to explain to the world and myself that it's the right action. You know, I just showed you, like, hey, I've sold the bottom of a range, but I didn't actually sell a low. I created a checkpoint. You know what I mean? So we're going to see when there's euphoric prices, no one says you're buying high. There's other words. It's you're still early. You're front running the US Fed. You're a genius. You know, there's always something. And remember, the words, they follow the action and the emotion. Okay, the words just represent the emotion, not the other way around. Because if our words could just, you know, basically convince everybody to logically do A or B, no one would ever buy a top and no one would ever sell a bottom. But you know, obviously, the opposite happens. So you get to see that, friends. That the dangerous part is to be that mid-curve area and not know, like, you're just a bit too smart for your own good. Because, friends, people in the lower IQ area, yeah, when they lose there, I mean, I'm negative IQ, but like when we lose, we're like, oh, it's not working, I stop. It's very simple. But the 100 IQ, they're like, oh, I've got to follow the right person. I just got to go to the next person. Oh, I just got to tweak this. Maybe this is going to work for me. Ha, ha, ha. I sound smarter than everybody else. Whereas, you know, someone in the bottom part of the bell curve, they're more inclined to say, you know what, I'm just not one of the smarty ones. You know, I've got to do the dumb person thing. What's the dumb person thing? The dumb person thing actually gets you rich, which I just got to like DCA and I just like keep buying one coin and believe in it. Look at XRP. Look at XRP. So when people throw out, oh, XRP, where's your tech? Where's your banking standard? Where's your global standard? Where's this? Where's that? Tech, no tech, no tech. And they're like, oh, I don't know. I just blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. You see? So sometimes having a couple of IQ points they're a bit too dangerous. They should be thrown away, but we can't throw them away. Okay, so you got to understand where you are in this. And I want you to know that, you know, so many people, friends, so many people with very high IQs said Bitcoin was totally going to zero, never recovering, just like Tulip Mania many, many years ago, you know? I know it's tough. It's tough. We got to take risk. We take risk by buying low. You believe in your network effects that are going to grow. That's what we're doing, trying to look at these long-term stuff. And, you know, we're hunting information asymmetry, where the market, you know, sells something down. They think it's going to be down forever. And then we try to find information pieces which can help us deduce whether the thing can recover in the future or not. Aren't you glad we don't have the world's eyeballs looking at crypto all the time? If they did, we would never have this opportunity. You and I are going to make it. Like, subscribe, Billy Button, or catch you soon.